Well, good morning and welcome to Doppler's Gear Garage. I hope you're having an awesome Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me in case we haven't met. My name is Doug. This is The Garage, and we're here to talk about guitars, gear. And today, our focus is going to be on this concept of intervals. Intervals are everywhere, and they are the essential part of being able to take the sound of a chord and be able to find the notes and find the sweet spots to resolve to, and so much more. They're the essence of what make modes modes. If I were to play major, that major seventh and this minor seventh are the difference between major and mixed linear. And so learning to be able to think of scales like that, I'm going to turn down just a little bit, is really big. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. Oh, wait, I don't have my comments up. Hold on. It's just a second. How rude of me. There we go. Comments and reactions. First of all, Chris Alexander, good morning, my friend. Hey, by the way, thank you for the tip last week on the audio levels. Every so often I update this streaming application. It swapped out my settings on the interface. So in any case, Paul Richard, good morning, my dear friend. Always a pleasure. Paul, by the way, is one of my students, and that dude is getting better. Albert, what's happening? The V is back. Except for the fact that this is the number 2 V. But you may have already caught that, but this is the deal. This is numero dos, DDV2, and it's got a hum canceling P90 in the bridge, and I am loving that's a little mini humbucker. And in the middle position to the satch rack. How can that not make you want to play guitar? Gosh darn it. Oh, I'm on the other volume control. That's why I didn't turn down. All right, good. All right, so here's the deal. First and foremost, it is time for us to do one of the most important things before we get down to business. And gosh darn it, we're going to raise them up. Do me a favor. Let me know where it is that you're coming from, what it is that you're drinking. Again, my name is Doug. I stole the honeybee, Melissa, her coffee cup this morning. So I'm drinking Pete's espresso and my favorite little muscle milk drink. Chris, I already know you're drinking sweet tea over there. This is a DiMarzio P90, and I just flipping this pickup. Now, just a brief mention. What's going on, Mr. Karras? All right, drinking XL Durkin. Hello. Now, let me ask you a question, because I know a couple of Karrases. The M stands for what? I know a Steve Karras that I went to high school with, which was a long time ago, which means it's probably the other Steve Karras the other Karras is probably a lot older. So this is what you're hearing, by the way, all this goodness back here. Now, as much as we will be talking about intervals and modes today, because it's essential to really knowing which notes we're aiming for them, and hopefully hitting them or not. Eric, good morning, my friend. Always a pleasure. Hello. So in any case, this is going to be featured, I'm just going to say it, next Saturday. I'm launching a video series. Matt, hello, Matt. Are you related at all to a Steve Karras of San Francisco? Karras, of course, as you probably know, means hand, as I recall, in Greek. And there's not all that many Karrases in the world, so hello and welcome. I don't think I've seen you here before, but if I have, my apologies for forgetting, because that's Steve was one of my favorite guitar buddies. So in any case, so here's the deal. I'm launching this video series that I've mentioned a couple of times called Amps, Racks, and Rigs. And the deal is that they're either going to focus on individual components like this Badlander 25, which is kind of one of my absolute favorite amps ever, but also how you frame that in kind of all that crazy gear like that, or just very simply going direct. What I'm actually doing is I've got this crazy rig back there, but utilizing that cab clone IR and that cab clone IR, you're actually hearing all that business just running direct through my audio interface. And whether you just want to take an amp and just run it straight into your interface, or you want to set up all that crazy stuff with stereo delays and reverbs and all of that stuff, we're here. Hey, Sonia, I am going to probably reach out because I need just a little bit of a micro tutorial on how to get the fulcrum going with said axe effect. So if we can kind of exchange messages, or if you got just a very simple, hey, here I am inside the axe effects, this is how you go about doing it. One of the two of those, but that would be great. I've got something I've got to get out the door for a brand that I can't mention that goes out on Thursday, drops on Thursday, but then next Saturday, this is when this is happening. So if we can powwow on all of that, that would be great, because the fulcrum is going to be an integral part of this. By the way, you're hearing stereo delays and stereo reverbs. And so that amazing fulcrum pedal on one axis, because there's multiple axes, allows you, as you probably heard me talk about, control the delays, and the other it controls the reverbs. But because there's a dual expression pedal, I need a little bit of help of the genius just walking me through, just make sure I get it set up easily and right, so I'm not banging around in the dark. Artie, good morning to you, my friend. Hello, hello, hello. Shane Wise, great to see you. That's one of my favorite faces ever. But there's not a lot of whispering going on if you listen to the neighbors. John Mello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, easy, awesome. Thank you, Sonia. I can't wait. Okay, so here's the deal. Before we jump into this interval thing, Chris, my dear friend, always, hang on a second. Let's just do a quick little moment here and give credit where credit is. Now, I haven't moved this up like I needed to, but that's on my housekeeping list of doing right now. All right, Chris's question is, where in the world have you gone hiding? Seriously? These are those moments you go, you know, preparation is worth, there we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Come on. You move up there, right there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My buddy, Chris Alexander. All right. Now, Chris always sends through questions. I don't always get to them, but I'm going to do a little bit of catch up. There were a couple from last week, and I love that he does this. It's kind of like he's one of the writers for the show. Do you think there are benefits to learning other people's songs? Now, this is a really interesting and great question. First of all, you know, I invite everybody else to answer your thoughts about that. I think, you know, generally speaking, Metalinguist, what's going on? Is that Matt? There we go. Hello. Great to see you, my friend. So, there is tremendous value in learning other people's songs. Number one, there was a period of time I played in a top 40 band. And the great thing about learning lots of other people's songs, you learn an awful lot about arrangement and form. For example, if I were to craft arguably my favorite song form arrangement, it's intro, verse 1, which is a, if you will, double verse, pre-chorus, chorus 1, potentially a little re-intro, verse 2, which is half the length of verse 1, pre-chorus 2, chorus 2, which is a double chorus, bridge, guitar solo, chorus, outro. And the idea is you've got this ebb and flow by having the intro, you know, whatever the fanfare is that happens at the beginning of the song, right? That part is a hook of its own, separate from the vocal hook. But then once you get into that first verse, you're telling a story. You're a storyteller. So you want to tell enough of that story that you're not rushing into the pre-chorus. And that first chorus, you want to make that chorus so good that by giving them a single chorus, they're like, I can't wait till the chorus comes in. So then you get into the second verse. You don't have to tell that much story because you already told it back there. And then by the time you get to that second chorus, you're like, oh, the chorus is back. Then the bridge is where you kind of begin to either bring it way down. You know, so let's say I'm on the chorus. Bridge. And so on and so forth. Now, the other thing is, if I didn't say it, I didn't say it, I got it wrong. Coming out of the solo, I go into the pre-chorus. No third verse, get out of there. You don't need to tell the story again. But the pre-chorus, I have a tendency to write the same lyric for the pre-chorus because it's really kind of like a pre-chorus. All right, that is to say, as you go to write songs, what you learn in the act of learning other people's songs is super valuable. That said, if we think about intervals, we also begin to learn a lot about how people use chords, how they're using the elements of music, and in the act of playing somebody else's songs, you get a chance to put your fingers. Sorry. Now the great thing about that little note right there is the F. And if you were to take a look at the intervallic relationship, and we're going to tie a little bit of this in because I'm going to do that. If we look at the minor pentatonic, the formula of the minor pentatonic is a 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, and 1. And if you thought about those notes as they relate to the root, that's a minor third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor seventh. Well, Jimmy, in his wisdom, he's going to that. That's not a perfect fifth, and it's not a minor seventh. It's a minor sixth, which if you look at A, and if we went backwards down the A major scale, we go A, G sharp, and F sharp, as in 1, 7, 6. But he's going over, he's hitting that flat 6, 1, flat 7, flat 6. He's hitting that flat 6. Over that F chord. So what's happened is he's really listening to that. What's happening is the way that chord is speaking with the root of the chord progression. And in this way, we can see how now, even though the chords are going to change, that way you're going to get a chance to hear 1, flat 7, 5, 4, flat 3, 4, flat 3, 1, flat 7, flat 6. And that can be expressed as octave, minor seventh, and even, a perfect fifth. We're going to call that a perfect fourth. I knew this was coming. You could call that an 11th, a perfect 11th, but we're just going to call it a perfect fourth, minor third, and that's the octave. Perfect fourth, minor third, octave, flat 7, minor seventh, and minor sixth. So it allows us to begin to, when we describe those as intervals, we begin to think about not only how they're functioning, but how they sound as they relate to the root. And that's a really important thing that differentiates playing by sight. That is to say, if I went and picked up the guitar, now I know the sound of that, but if I play a lick by the side, I just cut and paste stuff, knowing I'm going to get a result, but it's visually just going, oh, lick number 148. And that stems from one of the biggest problems that guitar players have, is that most of the time when we first learned the pentatonic, our teacher says, hey, little Dougie, play that shape, okay, on on the root on the low E string. So from the beginning, we're like, all right, find the root. And we cut visually as opposed to harmonically. You know, the teacher didn't say, hey, by the way, once you learn to kind of stick that on the root there, buddy, pin the tail on the root. Now, what I want you to do, listen for which notes. Resolve best against the root. Like, oh, cool. So, in other words, those are the notes we're aiming for. And he would have been like, yeah, but dude was like, no, he wasn't actually getting stoned in my lesson. That was later. A different guitar teacher. I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. Chris and I were laughing about this the other day. Like, one of my teachers, he was like, thought it was really good. I was like in ninth grade. It was a good idea to take me up on the roof of his apartment building and get little Dougie stoned. My mom would have died. Any kids? All right, hang on a second. I got to get caught up here. Just 1 second. All right, good. Sonia, absolutely hate figuring out songs by ear, but it unfortunately helps. So, okay, so we're obviously, and I can see all the chat coming in here. So let me just, Doug DeYoung, great to see you, my dear friend. Hello. You're up late. But you're probably a late nighter, you shredder. You great to see you, my friend. Okay, I'm going to get caught up over here in just a moment. So the great other thing about figuring stuff out by ear is that we develop our ear, and that's helpful for, you know, let's just say we're talking about the minor pentatonic. Right? A little superstition, right? All of a sudden, well, what's going on there? And all of a sudden, we got a pathway that we can revisit, change the notes around, and we got our own. And you go, well, what if we take it to a different? So I'm always looking for something that kind of makes my brain, makes my fingers do something that I hadn't done before. And then I document it. When and where possible, I give it little names. The other thing about this, once you know what those notes are, as in A, C, D, C, A. You then have the ability to make it your own, and noting that's, oh, I missed it. Sorry. So I was purposely just trying to splay that across. Let's try that one more time. So that is I want to start there. The other fingers learn it eventually. Now the deal is, one of the other things that I'm really on a mission to do is take pattern number 2. Into a pattern as I'm as comfortable soloing with as the others, because it's really, all right, you get the 5 there, as in 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1. But that minor third bend not my favorite bend. Now if we're doing a little Jimmy Page. Again, intervals. All right, I get ahead of myself. All right. So what really helps is listening and asking yourself what exactly you like and try to play and try to figure out why and how it is played. Absolutely. One of my other favorite things to do is just play over the top of songs. Because sometimes it's just trying to get the essence of what the player was doing rather than just the individual notes. Agreed. Guitar time. Guitar church instructor. Hey, you're looking great and doing a great job encouraging others around the world. Tom, hello, my dear friend. I was hoping that was you. We need to get caught up. God bless you, my friend. Great to see you. Thanks for dropping in. All right, Metallurgist. Every time I work on Beatles song, even early ones, I find quirks I want to steal, be inspired by. No, what's great about the Beatles is that they did very unique things harmonically. Let's see if I can. So that's a little piece that I'm working on for the demo that's going to go in there. And then a million lessons listening by kind of Beatles intro. Now, they don't necessarily kind of do that particular movement. When I think about kind of reharmonizing something and playing a chord, basically I'm dropping a dominant chord in a place where there really shouldn't be a dominant chord, right? I can't make that work. All right, you get the idea. All right, Doug, what's going on? Shanghai, China. Whoa. Great insight to scale through your numbers to the chords. Awesome. We are just getting warmed up. Shanghai, what the heck are you doing in Shanghai? Obviously playing. Love hearing songs. Love learning songs I hear randomly, even just a riff. Without fail, it helps me hear similar types of parts in songs I'm trying to learn later. Absolutely. Use a piece of it when writing an original. Absolutely. There are just so many great little pieces there that are valuable. Melissa Doppler, hello, honey. Always a pleasure. Pink hand waving. Bill Xavier. I'd like to introduce everybody, my buddy Bill. He is the owner of Beast Rich Guitar. He's famous for lots of things, including the Triple X amp and working closely with Eddie Van Halen on a 5150. And gosh darn it, he's one of my best friends in the world, and I've known him forever. And I always make strange faces when I think of people that I know and love. Bill, great to see you, my friend. Hello, hello, good morning to you. Shredword. There we go, some Pete's going on. Tony, what's happening? 6, we're going to be talking more about those. All right, good. Jose, good morning, my friend. Great to see you. Oh, Bobby Valdez, great to see you. Okay, hang on. We got to go deep on this. Anybody on a mobile device is going to be tiny, so I'm going to attempt to read. Morning, Doug Doppler. Hello, Bobby. Great to see you, my friend. I missed you. Learning songs develop your ears, improves your technical proficiency because you're learning things you don't know how to do. By copying exactly, you learn different ways to play chords, inversions, bending, single string solo lines, single string solo lines that further adds to your vocabulary. That's so articulate. Expands your versatility since you begin to hear ideas when you're playing. When you're playing your own songs, you begin to recognize patterns like 1, 6, 2, 5, as in. So on and so forth. I love that. That makes it easier to recognize those patterns later down the road. You also develop your own style, and these ideas seep into your own playing. I'm sure there's so much more. That is so good. Oh, Junie, what's going on, my man? All right. That was a lot of meat on the bone there. Thanks for everybody for chiming in on that. I'm going to give everybody a homework assignment. I'm going to ask you to listen to music this week and find something that's in a song that inspires you and rip it off and bring it into your own playing. So there we go. It's a DiMarzio P90. I'm canceling. Thank you. Flippin' love that. Junie, all right, there we go. Please try the Valitron GP5. There we go. Thank you. And actually, I have a browser window open. With that in it. So thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to answer one more question from my beloved Chris here, and then we're going to dig into the meat of this. And there were so many here that I may actually do a couple, but one of the other ones he asked about, because last week we were talking about gear. Do shipping charges factor into my decisions about a purchase? Absolutely. So let me give you a word of warning. First of all the people that are here hanging out, thank you for joining. Steve Greenleaf, good morning, my dear friend. Hello, hello, hello. Slaposaurus, I'm looking forward to hanging out. Sweet Axe Doug, yes, indeed, the music industry is all borrowed and implemented ideas. And that's before AI. Steve, always a pleasure, my friend. Okay, and I don't know if you heard, but Anthony Jackson, I guess, passed away yesterday. Another, for those of you who don't know, played bass on a bunch of the Al Di Meola stuff. I think Steve and I probably saw him with Al at the at the Warfield with Jan Hammer in 1982 would be my guess. So I missed you, Chris. Okay. All right. So there we go. Awesome. Pleasure. All right. So the deal is, one of the things you'll notice on Reverb, if you're not paying attention, it will get you until you kind of end up getting ready to buy it, is that there are a bunch of people that list stuff with a cheap price, but a super high shipping price. And it's just lame. Now, sometimes it's because they're overseas and it's the actual shipping price, but a lot of times, and I see this on items that are listed overseas. There's a pedal that I bought recently that is not downstairs yet, but it is. It's called. That's the one thing I'm going to forget today. It's not the AP1. It's the other boost pedal. It's a dual boost pedal, and I kind of spent some time looking to buy one used. And Ariel Posen has a pedal called the AP1 and the AP2. I was interested in finding the AP2, kept kind of looking for one on sale and just never came. So I bought the original pedal that was based on, and there were a bunch of people selling the Ariel Posen pedal. It's an English pedal company, but a number of them had the same price. Another guy had a cheaper price, but jacked the shipping up. And I'm like, that's kind of not cool. So beware of shipping prices. And yes, I absolutely pay attention. Also, when I'm going to list something, generally speaking these days, I do include the cost of shipping, but from time to time, I will include free shipping just if I want to kind of get something out the door quickly. That's one of my strategies. Nick, good morning. Great to see you again, my dear friend. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, thank you so much. I love my Jimmy shirts. Okay. Let's get down to this interval thing. So what I'm going to ask each of you to do, please, and I probably should have asked a little earlier, I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, preferably pencil, but pen will do. And what I'm hoping you can do, this is not a sort of, well, this will work. I'd like you to put that piece of paper in portrait orientation, as opposed to landscape orientation, and I want you to write on it. And what I want you to do, and Chris Alexander knows this process well, I want you to write from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. And I want you to do that across the page 7 times. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 across the page 7 times. And ideally all your 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 1s, 2s, and 3s line up. What we're going to do, and I'm going to do the heavy lifting for you, is we are going to write out the formulas of the modes, and I'm going to kind of walk through kind of the essence of learning to recognize the sound of an interval and beginning to kind of categorize it in a way that's going to be really different probably than most people on here have done this. So give me some feedback in the chat here. I realize if you're running around and looking for a piece of paper, you're probably not going to be able to put a message in here. But as people, here's what we'll do. As people are equipped with their paper and pen or pencil, let me know in the chat. It's an ask, but trust me, I will make it worth your while. Bueller. Not everybody at once. It's my new favorite. By the way, who can tell me what interval that is? Come on, not all at once. Give me a little love here, people. Come on. Did the stream drop? All right, so somebody put a comment down in the chat. There we go. Hit it. All right. Okay, here goes. So what I want you to do is in row 1, you're not going to write anything. Row 2, I want you to put a flat next to the 3 and the 7 and the 3 that's kind of in that second octave. Again, flat 3, 7, and flat 3 in the second octave. Third row, flat 2, flat 3. Sorry, there we go. All right, there we go. So what I want you to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Across the page 7 times. How about some written direction there? There we go. Across the page 7 times. The page in 7 rows. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Hardy Link, not a clue. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So do that 7 times. And then we're going to fill in some blanks. All right. I'm here, but... got it. All right, so the deal is... I tell you what, just for the sake of conversation, I will join in, and I'm going to do it with pen so you guys can see it, because I've discovered when doing this with pencil, it's impossible to see. And I'm going to get a little something. Let's see, are you going to bleed here? No, there we go. All right, so we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Across the page like that. That actually works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do that 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, total 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Are you doing this with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. By the way, we're at approximately 30 minutes. I end up putting on a link to this part of the broadcast on YouTube, and I'll make a note when I go back to this on Facebook, noting where that is. So again, we're going to do that 7 times. I'm at the 4th time. I should have gotten this going further down the page, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Ideally, they should have been going further down the page, but that's what we're looking for. Now, hold on just a second. Modes, and you're the modus. How about that? I'm late, but I'm here. Always a pleasure. With my paper and pencil and everything. That's awesome. Bill, it doesn't matter what amount, what amounts, what notes you play, what it sounds like. Hold on. It doesn't matter what amounts play on sounds like thank you. Nice one. Thank you very much, my dear friend. All right. Terry, what's going on, my man? Great to see you. That is the Mesa Boogie Badlander 25. One of my absolute favorite amps ever, ever, ever. Tony, what's going on? Just the flats and sharps. You will have 7 modes. There we go. This isn't your first. It's not your first rodeo. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and on row 2, you're going to put a flat next to the 3, and a flat next to the 7, and a flat next to that second 3, and it's going to look like that. Sorry, it's a little messy. Now in the 3rd row, you're going to put a flat next to the 2, the 3, the 6, the 7, and in the 2nd octave, the 2 and the 3. I'm going to say again, in the 3rd row, a flat 2, 3, 6, 7, 2, and 3. 4th row, you're going to put a sharp next to the 4. 5th row, you're going to put a flat next to the 7. 6th row, you're going to put a flat next to the 3, 6, 7, and in the 2nd octave, the 3. And in the 7th row, you're going to have a flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, and in the 2nd octave, a flat 2 and a flat 3. That is to say, that last one, which is going to be representing the low cream mode, is a flat 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, like that. Now it really is in portrait mode. Okay. Okay, I think you guys should be able to select this. So let's see if I get this right. So major, so I'm going to put this down here so you can copy this if you want to. It's going to be major equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Dorian equals 1, 2, flat. All right, there we go. Dorian, if I can type it right, Dorian equals 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, flat 3. Phrygian equals 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, flat 2, flat 3. Lydian equals 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Mixolydian equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3. Minor equals 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 2, flat 3. And Locrian equals 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, flat 2, flat 3. Okay, I normally would have put spaces in there, but for the sake of time, let me just double check that. All right, Adam, good morning, my friend. Major equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Dorian equals 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, flat 3. Good. Phrygian 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, 2, flat 2, flat 3. Good. Lydian sharp 4, mixed Lydian flat 7, minor flat 3, 6, 7, and 3 in the 2nd octave. Locrian flat 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Good. All right. So all of that stuff is, first of all, everybody's tuned in. Thanks for watching. We're doing this, in case you just tuned in, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across the page, and add those appropriate flats and sharps. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to learn to think about this in a couple of different ways. The next thing I want you to do, and it's going to be messy if I do it here like that. I'm going to do it in silver, and I would normally have not made the letters so big, but what I want you to do is basically, oh, my silver pen's dying. Really? No. Oh. Ugh. Fear, loathing, and disgust. All right, I guess I'm going to have to do it in black. All right, what I want you to do is I want you to circle the third. And fifth. And actually the first one as well. Columns, so it's going to look like this. Okay, the point being is that as you begin to think about each of these modes, those three notes, the one for major, the 1, 3, and 5, for Dorian 1 flat 3 5, Phrygian 1 flat 3 5, Lydian 1 3 5, Mixed Lydian 1 3 5, minor 1 flat 3 5, Locrian 1 flat 3 flat 5. Those are the notes as we're in E major. As you heard, I got it. I'm outlining it. So if I kind of took that same idea with the Dorian and Phrygian, and Lydian, sorry, and Mixed Lydian, let's try that one. Minor. And Locrian. You can kind of hear those notes, major. Dorian. Phrygian. Lydian. Mixed Lydian. Minor. Locrian. And so what you're doing is you've got a visual guide for pulling the essence of what makes those, let's say, thank you, cool. The first finger. All right, now, let's talk about this. First of all, what I would suggest doing now that you've kind of got this guide here is it allows you to very simply go, oh, shush. What I've written there in the chat there is a WWH, which really stands for whole, half, whole, half, which we can also think of as 1, hold a 2, hold a 3, after 4, hold a 5, hold a 6, hold a 7, after 1. So that's going to be our guide. So if we thought about the 1 and the 2 of the major scale, and the 1 and the 2 of the Dorian scale, and the 1 and the flat 2 of Phrygian, and the 1 and 2 of Lydian, and Mixed Lydian, and minor, and the flat 2 of Locrian. And by virtue of what we did there, it's a really great example of being able to kind of go, hey, I can, if I go. And if you look at your list here, if you did your homework there, you can see the 1 and the flat 2 only occur at the 3rd mode, which is Phrygian, and the 7th mode, which is Locrian. So now what we're doing is we're translating intervals. That was Phrygian. Now I'm playing Locrian. That is to say, instead of going 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, I'm going 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Phrygian. Sorry, Phrygian. Locrian. I put a natural 5 there instead of that one. By the way, it's a good idea to go, hey, if we're in E major is E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So the same concept holds true if I wanted to play E Phrygian. If this is E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, then E Phrygian, which is 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. If the 1 and the 2 were E and F sharp, the 1 and the flat 2 are going to be E and F. I'm going to say that again. If the 1 and the 2 are E and F sharp, then the 1 and the flat 2 are E and F. That, by the way, sonically, if you describe that as an interval, is a major second, and this is a minor second. We're going to hit the pause button there. Now, if we think about the minor scale, if you take a look on your list, gosh darn it, it doesn't have a flat 2. So why in the world would we call that a minor second? That's a really good question. It goes back to classical music, where basically things, when compared to the major scale, if we think about the 3rd note of the major scale, and we think about what we would describe as a flat 3 in classical music, this would be described as a major 3rd. That interval, the distance between 2 notes, and this is a minor 3rd. So they take that same logic and apply it to that's a minor second, but the minor scale doesn't have one. In any case, Phrygian, flat 2. So if the 2 in the major scale is F sharp, the flat 2 in Phrygian is going to be an F. If the 3 in the major scale is a G sharp, the flat 3 in the Phrygian scale is going to be a G. So that's E, F, G. A is going to be the same because they both have a natural 4. The B is going to be the same. They both have a natural 5. The 6th note in the major scale is going to be a C sharp. So a flat 6 is going to be C, as in Phrygian. The 7th note is a D sharp, and it's going to be a D, as in the flat 7 in Phrygian, which gives us, wait for it, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, which probably tells us the Phrygian mode is relative to C major. So what's neat about this is we can begin to kind of hear both the Phrygian mode and the Locrian mode have a flat 2 as as a flat 3. So I can include that in both of these. That was Phrygian. And that's Locrian. And one of the ways you can think about this intervallically is this half step here, minor second, major second, that half step, you can think of it as a minor second. That whole step we can think of as a major second. That whole step is a major second. As I play Phrygian, that whole step is a major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, minor second. If we play Locrian, minor second, major second, major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, major second, major second, major second, minor second, major second, major second, minor second. The reason it's so important to use that major second and minor second language is when we describe a half step or a whole step, we could go a half step or a whole step on the guitar and not have any sound and just use your visual guide and we play the right thing because we go, oh, a half step, I move one fret in either direction, whole step, 2 frets in either direction, easy. But when I think of a minor second, I start thinking about jaws. I think about a sound. And when we say to our brain, we're thinking about a sound, not just kind of some numeric thing. That sound. So when we think about the sound of a minor second, and our brain is able to think about this, and it goes down and goes, hey, the only modes with a minor second are Phrygian and Locrian. It's like, oh. So then what are we looking for? Whoever filled this out. First of all, Daniel, good morning. Who can tell me the difference between the Phrygian mode and the Locrian mode? What scale degree number? Don't be shy. All right, the difference is the Locrian mode has got a flat 5. I should say the Phrygian mode has a natural 5, the Locrian mode has a natural 5. So this is where our ability to translate intervals into scale degree numbers and scale degree numbers into intervals becomes really helpful. If I think about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and I think about 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, and I think about 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, the difference between Phrygian is that it's got a natural 5, and that interval is going to be described as a perfect fifth, and the Locrian mode's got a diminished fifth. What I'm going to do is include the flat 2. Kind of basically playing this riff now. E's my tonal center. I'm going 4, 5, flat 7, 1, flat 2, and I'm going to switch between the 5 and the flat 5. So this lick is basically first and third fingers until we add the fourth finger. So basically, we're playing the 4, 5, flat 7, 1, and adding the flat 2. Sorry. And then we're doing the same thing, but adding the flat 5 instead of the natural 5. 2, 3, 4. I can't quite loop that. That's just looping that idea, but using hammer-ons or pull-offs. So if we watch go, if I take that riff and we get it in our ear. That's the only thing that's changing between the two. And if you can identify that that note is a B, and it switches to a B flat, you can literally, if what I refer to as stripe the neck. And when you get to the change the B to a B flat. And this is where we're beginning to think of these guys as pairs of notes. We go back to the major scale. We can think of that 1 and 2 as a major second, 2 and 3, major second, 3 and 4, minor second, 4 and 5, major second, 5 and 6, major second, 6 and 7, major second, 7 and 1 there, or 7 in the octave as a minor second. And the reason I included the 2 and the 3 on the end, that right there, is the octave. And now you got the full range of being able to take that major second in combination with the open string. Why that's valuable is that allows you to kind of hear not just the individual interval, by the way, as you begin to hear those and recognize the sound of, if you look at the fourth mode, it's 1, 2, 3, sharp, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So that augmented fourth. But as you begin to hear how pairs of notes practice against the root. Sorry. And try to do it without looking. Because that promotes actually developing that sense of touch as I look down. Accidentally hit the natural 4. Now then you can begin to do something like this. Sorry. Boy, I bit a lot off there. I can't do it yet. Basically, the idea is. And then in addition to playing now sorry, natural 4 instead of a sharp 4. There we go. Oh, natural 4 again. So what begins to happen? Muscle and visual memory. So we're so used to, I'm so used to playing anything in E with the exception of Lydian, has that natural 4, that A, that just kind of by stupid memory, I played in both octaves versus the A sharp. That is to say, if we think about the E major scale, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. If you look at your sheet there, you're going to see the only one of those with a sharp 4, or I should say all the ones, if you look down this column here, that have a natural 4, that's everything except for the 4th one, which is Lydian. So that means that A note is going to be in there for all these. So it's really easy just by visual memory and muscle memory, just play it as opposed to... Getting back to our songwriting question, what do we learn? What we learn is like, hey, you know what? If we know what makes the Lydian mode different, that sharp 4, and we know that that means that I'm aiming for that A sharp instead of that A, akin to what we learned in a song that we can take that away and kind of put in our hip pocket and pull that out every time we need it. That's where this intervallic thing becomes really valuable. And it just gives us just, my voice levels are lower than my guitar. Oh, okay. I can fix that a little bit. That's really great feedback. And that's happening. Come on, where's guitar coming in there? Let's bring that down as well. Thank you for the feedback there, Nandini. Well, that's a little... Let me know how that is. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Hang on, let me get cut up. All right. Oh, my word. Okay. Oh, holy cow. Lots of... Hang on a second. Okay, awesome. Good. Okay, let me make it. Good morning, Daniel. Great to see you. Hello, hello, hello. 4-hour road trip to see Sir Paul. Way to go. Safe driving, my friend. 8th grade music teacher taught me the intervals with familiar tunes. I never forgot a single example. So here's one of the interesting things about intervals is if we think about... I'm going to take a quick left turn. Those of you who... hey, do me a favor. I'm scrolling down here. Nandini, can you let me know? Good morning, everybody, by the way. Francesco Ferrari. Great to see you. Benny, hello. Nandine, do me a favor. Let me know how the guitar level and the vocal levels are now. All right, awesome. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a left turn here. We're going to talk about internal intervals. What in the world is that? We're going to think about the C major scale, which should be pretty straightforward. As a matter of fact, I have a graphic that I can pull up. It won't be for... There we go. It is for the C major finger. Now, if you put this finger, also known as the freeway finger, this also known as the 1-2 second finger. Notice I'm not putting it up without the first finger in place. If you put that at the 8th fret, and you basically take that diagram there, and you go 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. We only need to worry about those notes for right now. That's going to be a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, hold a 2, hold a 3, after 4, hold a 5, hold a 6, hold a 7, after 1. C, hold the D, hold the E, after F, hold the G, hold the A, hold the B, after C of the C major scale. So if we think about each one of these, that's equivalent of what we've already kind of been doing, but we're going to do it. Now, internal intervals. The danger of only knowing your intervals from familiar songs is that we're used to hearing the lowest note of those intervals usually as the root. So what begins to happen is when we hear intervals internally inside a chord progression, we lose our reference point, which is why it's a good idea. Let's just say I'm gonna talk about seconds. So a minute ago we did this with, we said major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, minor second, major second. Well, we've got that same thing here. We're gonna, instead of being in the key of E, we're gonna be in C. Major second, minor second, major second, major second, major second, minor second. What if we do thirds? And fourths. And that's the sharp augmented fourth there for Lydian, as in 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got. And then fifth. Oh, sorry, I played the wrong note. Oh, I knew better. That's a flat 5. What a stupid move. So basically what I'm doing is I'm starting off with C and I'm playing seconds. Then I'm playing thirds. That's to say I'm skipping over one note. Then I'm skipping over 2 notes. Perfect fourth, perfect fourth, perfect fourth, augmented fourth, perfect fourth, perfect fourth, perfect fourth, perfect fourth. Still a perfect fourth. Perfect fifth, perfect fifth, perfect fifth, perfect fifth, perfect fifth, the one I missed before. Diminished fifth, perfect fifth, diminished, perfect, 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 6. Now, what I'm sure, my body lies over the ocean. My body. What happens when we get to? All right. Oh, I should have known that. All right, so that's to say I'm going each. There's a second, there's a third, fourth, fifth, and we got to the 6th. And then now 7th. That's a major 7th. Sorry, major 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th. Sorry, major 7th. Holy cow. I know that. Major 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, major 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, major 7th. Sorry, minor 7th. I'm just not used to doing that. Major 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, major 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, major 7th. That'll really mess with your brain. The octaves. Sorry. Boy, that'll turn your head upside down. So basically, I'm taking that shape, and I'm just starting off with each one of these up from where that second finger is, right there on the low E string, to that's, if you will, the 2-4 on the bottom 2. Then the 2-1. Then the 2-2, 2-4, 2-1, 2-3, 2-4. That's a major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major 6th, major 7th, octave. And again, just walking those through the range of an octave. So whatever we start at, the 1, we do the octave of that. And that will just really give you a chance to see how those internal intervals play. Another way of doing that would be this. We're going to move to the key of G, whose notes are G, hold the A, hold the B, F to C, hold the D, hold the E, hold the F sharp, F to G. And you can also basically, if I take seconds, Or thirds. Or fourths. Or fifths. Or sixths. Or sevenths. Sorry. There we go. No, one more time. And octaves. Now, why this matters, if I take this guy, and I take this guy, and I put them together. Actually, I take this guy, and this guy, the third and the fifth. And that's what's so cool. So this was the 1. We skipped the 2. I guess that's the 3. Skip the 4. And it gives us the 5. But allows us to hear that major third and perfect fifth. Minor third and perfect fifth. Minor third, perfect fifth. Major third, perfect fifth. Major third, perfect fifth. Minor third, perfect fifth. Minor third, diminished fifth. Major third, perfect fifth. And then if we take the 3 and we move up an octave, now it's perfect fifth, major third, perfect fifth, minor third, perfect fifth, minor third, perfect fifth, major third, perfect fifth, major third, perfect fifth, minor third, diminished fifth, minor third, perfect fifth, major third, perfect fifth, major third, diminished fifth, minor third, perfect fifth, minor third, perfect fifth, major third, perfect fifth, major third, perfect fifth. Gotta play it. Perfect fifth, minor third, perfect fifth, minor third, perfect major third. And that way, as you play those things, you actually can hear that fifth. This voicing would be described as 1 5 3, 1 5 flat 3, 1 5 flat 3, 1 5 3, 1 5 3, 1 5 3, 1 5 flat 3, 1 5 3. I'm going to turn down just a little bit. And that allows us to, if we can describe that as perfect fifth, major third, our ear goes, yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. And we've now taken language in our brain, we've brought it out our mouth, and what our ear is hearing and what our mouth is saying and our brain is thinking, they're working together. And so that when what was Bobby's progression that he had us do before? I'll be able to find that. Give me just a moment. Bobby, there you go. Robert Valdez. He gave us a 1 6 2 5. So basically 1 6 2 5. And that's basically outlining that relationship. And so after a while, instead of just going, hey, 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 flat 5. Or diminished fifth. We call it a flat 5. 1 5 and 1 3 1 flat 3 1 flat 3 1 3 1 3 1 flat 3 1 flat 3 1 flat. And by the way, if you go down this page, that's equivalent to going 1 3 1 flat 3 1 flat 3 1 3 1 3 1 flat 3 1 flat 3. And the next thing we're going to go is we're going to 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 5 1 flat 5. Sonically, that says 1 3 1 3 1. Sorry, 1 3 1. First row 1 3. Second row 1 flat 3. Third row 1 flat 3. Fourth row 1 3. So I'm literally, by the way, if I didn't mention this before, if we take the major scale and start it off at second note, that's the Dorian mode, and wait for it, start off the third note, that's the Phrygian mode, so on and so forth. So we're just basically then going, oh, okay, we're taking those in order, and now we're just going, hey, let's take the 1 and the 5 of each of these guys. So everything but the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th degree has a natural 5, which means we're going to play that perfect fifth and the 7th degree, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's got a flat 5, and we play that either as an interval, or I should say intervallically, or as a diad. That's going to be called a diminished fifth. But as we look at that individual scale degree number compared to this, that's a perfect fifth. That's a diminished fifth. And then we got major third, minor third, minor third, major third, major third, minor third, minor third, major third. And we put that together, we end up with major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. And if I can recognize that this chord 1, 5, 3 is 1, 5, 3 over here, I guess it's still 1, 5, 3 over there. And that'll be 1, 5, flat 3, and 1, flat 5, flat 3. So if I did it for the key of G, which goes major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major, major, diminished, minor, major, major, minor, minor, major, which again is just walking down the page here going 1, the first row, first column, third column, and fifth column, duh. And I'm just going, okay. But if I started at C, I'm moving the key of C down. And that allows us to now be able to take that information and move it around. So we've gone from kind of like and being able to kind of use just that single little interval there and going, all right, we got a 1 and a flat 2. That occurs at the 3rd row. That's Phrygian. Occurs at the 7th row. That's Locrian. So we can switch between Phrygian and Locrian as long as there's no other information to contradict that. Gosh darn it. All right, that was a lot of information there, and we're not even at 10:30. Good morning, David. Hello, hello, hello. Oh no, busy trying to set up my new computer. I feel for you, all those passwords, all the authentications for, in any case, good morning. Great to see you. Hello. Jason, what's going on, my man? I was just doing this off my DVD just last night. Well done, my man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And you know, the neat thing about all of this is that as we think about music, if we can describe the things that we love. So let's say, for example, I take this lick, and I kind of know, Brett, you're a humorous guy there. Basically, that's a 1, flat 3 to the 3, 5, 1, and the flat 7 to the 1. And that's 5, 6, flat 7. 4, flat 3 to the natural 3. To the 1, your ear is invited to the party. And this is, you know, as I said earlier, one of the things that, you know, when we first start playing guitar, usually in our first lesson, our teacher that shows us the minor pentatonic, our teacher draws out the pattern. They say, hey, just find the root on the low E string and just start there. So, you know, for years. But now we kind of go. And we do the same thing. So conceptually speaking, we just cut and paste. I need to wipe my hands here just a little bit. We just kind of go, oh, I just take my finger, I place it and the scale I'm going to play at the root where I know to play it for the key that I'm in, and then I just regurgitate the same licks that I play over and over. I feel your pain, and this is one of the reasons where all this information becomes really helpful, because it gives us a way of categorizing this. Oh, hang on a second. Francesco, great to see you again. Hang on, let me get rid of this flipping C major. Gosh darn it. Hold on. C major, you can go away there. There we go. Pleasure to have you here, my friend. Or I should say, hello and buenos aires. I guess it's evening there. So, all right, one thing I suggest, first of all, thank you for the feedback, and thank you for stopping in. Hold on, where my comments disappear, you're hiding behind the screen here. There we go. One thing I suggest to my students, is to sing with voice, intervals, and memorize and identify during a melodic line. I cannot strongly agree with you more. So, at the risk of totally embarrassing myself, I'm going to riff on that idea because that's one of my favorite things about what we do here is we get a chance to kind of bounce ideas back and forth. So first of all, let's see if I can do this. All right, so I'm going to take Crazy Train through the modes, and I've done this in here before. So there's major. Oh, sorry, major. So basically, what we're doing is we're taking the riff in Crazy Train, which is 1 1 5 1 flats. 1 1 5 1 flat 6 5 4 1 1 5 1 flat 6 1 5 1 4 flat 3 2 flat 3 4 flat 3 2 flat 7. I can play it right. Slow it down. What we're going to do is we're going to play that through the modes. So basically we're now going to, instead of going the 1 5 and flat 6, we're going to go 1 5 and 6. And now we're going to walk down. Now we're going to do it for Dorian. Now Phrygian. Lydian. Mixed Lydian. Low grade. No, I missed minor. Which is, by the way, the key that's in, and the low grade. See if I can play them back to back, major. So I'm going to go major, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, so on and so on. Sorry, I'm a mixed Lydian. And the idea is to be able to permutate those on the fly and go through that. But the more basic version of that is if I were to go C, 1, G is a better key for me, but being able to go major 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, Dorian 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 3, 1, Phrygian flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5. So being able to sing it with, so first of all, start off with the guitar. Major 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, Dorian 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. And just start off major. Play it. Sing it with the guitar. Major 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Sing it without the guitar. Major 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then play it again. Make sure you didn't wander off. Dorian 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Dorian 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Phrygian flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Lydian 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Mixed Lydian 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1. Minor 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Locrian flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Now, there are folks in the industry. First of all, I love the singing part. Absolutely great. Thank you, Francesco. And again, welcome. Look forward to meeting in person. So the deal is, one of the ways you can think about the modes is where the half steps occur. That's not generally how I like to think about it. I like to just think about, I'm comparing, just like in classical ear training, if I'm going to think about the major scale, major 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and the minor scale's got a flat 3 and a flat 6 and a flat 7, 1, 2, 3, and I lower that a half step, 1, 2, flat 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 becomes a flat 6, 7 becomes a flat 7. 1, flat 3, 1. Flat, flat, 1. Flat 6, flat 6, 1, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Boy, to sing those without the other intervals in between, that's messy. Oh, all right, Francesco, I got one for you. How about that? And I love that that we're riffing here. So imagine having to scale sing just the altered intervals for each mode, as in major nothing. But the Dorian is going to be the flat 3 and the flat 1, flat 3, flat 7. Phrygian is going to be flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 6, flat 7. Phrygian, flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. I'm having a really hard time hearing that flat 6 and Lydian sharp or Lydian. Oh, sorry, I went to the 7. 7 on the brain. Lydian sharp 4, as in 1, 2, 3 sharp or Lydian sharp 4, mixed Lydian flat 7. Oh, I missed that Lydian flat 7. Supposed to Lydian 7, Lydian flat 7. Oh, sorry, mixed Lydian flat 7. Mixed Lydian flat 7, minor flat 3, I'm hearing them flat 7, flat 6, flat 7, minor flat 3, flat 6, flat 7, minor flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Hold it going, then a Locrian flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Oh, that is... Woo! Okay, hang on a second. Let me get caught up here. Just 1 second. George, hello again. If I missed you on the way in. Stefano Buenasera, good morning, my dear friend. Nandini, thank you. Tony, levels are good now. Thank you. Yeah, he's like a legendary badass guitar player. I was like, oh, okay. I'm attempting to just be, how it is when people come to visit. You're just like, you got to be a good host and just kind of keep your head. So, all right, yeah, he's a badass. A tad bit lower, but it would be better if this level is fine too. Okay, would be better. Oh, okay, there we go. Dennis, hello, good morning. Make sure I pronounce this right. Pusang hello. Hello. First of all, Sean's great. Covet, I was at one of the guitar camps, and she was there. Yvette is a brilliant player and an absolutely lovely person as well. So yes, Yvette rock. Actually, was at a couple of the guitar camps. Brett, always a comedian. So the orange has been put away. So I'm pivoting. Next, next Saturday, I'm going to be taking the first amps, racks, and rigs video live. And so I've been... for reasons I can't really go into, we kind of pivoted and went with the Badlander 25 as the first one of those. So this crazy rig you're hearing back there is a combination of the Badlander coming out via Cab Clone IR internally on the amp. That's going out into the Axe effects, and that's splitting the signal left and right. And that in turn is going into that Mesa Boogie 2020 power amp. And in turn, that is actually wired up for the speakers, but right now it's not going to the speakers, it's going into the two Cab Clone IRs, and that's running. Out into, directly into the Universal Audio console, and then kind of running through the live stream here. I love that idea again, Francesco. So thanks for sharing that. And thanks for dropping by, dude. Great to see you. Okie dokie. I think I'm getting caught up here. Cliffs of Dover. That's hilarious. In a nice way, thank you. Shredding Finn, intentionally writing solos helps me build my lick vocabulary. So there is nothing wrong with actually kind of constructing bits and pieces, because there are times I'm like, the inspiration just to go, let's say we're going to pick... we got a little melody idea. And you were like, we really like that, right? You're gonna go, okay, well, we didn't necessarily play it the first time, but... whatever it is, and all of a sudden that becomes a thing, right? So sometimes it's a matter of... Benetton. And we've got a kind of a... That's now a thing that we can work with. We might change it around a little bit, but that initial thing that we might not have been able to play right off the top, minding that. And this is where we're being able to kind of, all right, we're going 3, 5, 6, flat 7. Then we're bending 5 to 6. 5, 4, 3, 4, bend to the 5. 4 to the 5 to the 4. 3, flat 7. Flat 7, 1, 2. Flat 7, 1, 2. 1. Two, flat 7, 1, 2, flat 7, 1, 2, 1. And you kind of commit it to memory, like, okay, now that you know what it is, and you know the roadmap, right? And what's neat about that is that, to move that into different registers once you kind of get it kind of fine-tuned. But the point being is that having something that you work out is hugely helpful. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, the other thing is that there are, we kind of go back to our little list here. Being able to, we're going to take basically the first 6 columns of every single one of these. Basically, that's taking major, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, mixed Lydian, minor, Locrian, and playing them all at one place, the first 6 notes of each of them. But it allows us to kind of... We can take, let's see. Right, I'm just going to go. So that sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, we're going to resolve to the 3. Because if we're playing, I'm going to... So if we take... And that note we're ready. Flat 5. Sorry, the flat 2 rather. So the idea is that gives us a sense of there's the 3 for major, there's the flat 3 for Dorian, flat 3 for Phrygian, the 3 for Lydian, the 3 for mixed Lydian, the flat 3 for minor, and the flat 3 for Locrian. That is to say, if you look down the third column, it's going to tell you, all right, that's the type of 3. Actually, if you look across the first 3 rows for each of these, you're going to get, I'm in the key of E, I'm in E, F sharp, and G sharp would be my 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. And the 1 and 3 make resolution. Matter of fact, actually, if you got a guitar handy, just go E. Actually, start at E, the first finger at the 5th fret on the 2nd string, and play a whole step, another whole step, a half step, and a whole step. And basically, that's your 1, hold a 2, hold a 3. The half steps are between 3 and 4, so that's 4 and 5. So we're just going to go 1, hold a 2, hold a 3, after 4, hold a 5. So if you think of that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 1, 3, and the 5 are great resolution tones. If we think about Dorian, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, that 1, flat 3, 5 are great resolution tones. Phrygian, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 1, flat 3, 5. Lydian, 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 1, 3, 5, 5, sorry, 1, 1, 3, 5. And then we think about mixed Lydian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5, minor, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, sorry, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, looking 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 1, flat 3, 5. So, hold on. Logan's got a flat 5. I'm getting a little distracted here, thinking about something else. A little more caffeine. But now what we've done is we've taken these first 5 rows to extract the resolution of switch between mixed Lydian and major. Not if I play like that. We're listening for that. So as we're kind of noodling. And this is where kind of we talked about this noodle practice. If you take that for Dorian. Sorry, that's minor. that flat 3. So on and so forth. All right. Try that modal exercise with starting Russia's Spirit of Rage. Hang on a second. Oh boy. Sure. Throwing myself under the bus. Let's see what's going to happen here. All right. So basically what's happening, there's our tonic. Basically it's going 1, flat 7, 1. Sorry. 2, 1, flat 7, 1. 2, 1, flat 7, 1. 3, 1, flat 7, 1. 2, 1, flat 7, 1. 4, 1, flat 7, 1. Now, let's see what we're going to do at major. All right, so major. Wow, okay. Great idea. Okay. Basically, to play that, you would just ignore the 6 and the 7. So all of that is done around the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 7. What a crazy little riff. But this is, that's really cool. But it just gets you used to working through your melodic ideas like that. And so the getting back to this concept of like, hey, we're going to rip off, we're going to play a song that we learned, and then we're going to gently borrow some inspiration from that. So the idea is we're going to basically anybody who knows Russian would recognize it. But basically, we're going to the finger notes are 2, 1, 2. Right, 2, 2. I should say, sorry, scale do numbers. So if we're in the key of E, there's our E, F sharp, and G sharp, which is our 1, 2, and 3. Basically, we're going 2, 1, 7, 5. So, the finger notes are that's the 2 and the 7, 2, 7, 3, 4. Sorry, my bad. 2, 7, 3, 7, 4, 7, 3, 7. Then we're going to do Dorian. It's going to be, and what's going to change is our 3. So you're going to look at 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. So there's going to be no 4 and no. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. So there's no 6. So everything you have to keep track of a crap ton of stuff. And you can't play it for local because that open fifth string. But what's neat about that? Now. You can now cut and paste all of that, because now what we're doing is instead of going major, Dorian, we're actually playing it in one key. So on and so forth. So you can take that idea and now all of a sudden you can run with it, right? So let's say it's still got the Rush vibe there. But we can now take that idea. Now we've got kind of done something that's made an entre on. Can't play it yet, but it's basically we got the open first string and the open second string, and that's basically E and B, and it's the 5. It's the 1 and the 5 of the key. Good way to work on this is to play each one 4 times. My brain just didn't want to do that. Just doesn't want to do it yet. But the idea is then you just walk that up, and we're in the key of E major. You're just walking that. that I can do. All right. What a crazy idea. I absolutely love that. And yes, it's even harder to do that with the different modes of melodic minor, which is also a great idea, but I'm not going to take that bait today. I got a lesson that starts in 8 minutes, so I got to gather myself. I'm not a singer. Just more simple to sing root intervals like root minor second / flat 2, the Jaws theme. Great lesson. Oh, thank you very much. A pleasure to meet you, by the way. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Really. That was a heck of a lot of fun. So thank you. Got me singing, embarrassing myself, which I kind of enjoy doing in a strange way. Oh, thank you very much. That's hilarious. I can't dial in that tone right now. So it's a slightly tragic story about that particular sound. So that was sitting in with Phil Collin at one of Joe Satriani's camps, playing through this Helix. And it was literally the first time I'd ever played through Helix live, which at this point I've done probably thousands of times. But at one of the other guitar camps, I brought it, and I come back into the room, and this guy, he said, "Hey, can I play you through your Helix?" And I was like, "Sure." And I came back, and, at that point, it probably would have been the first year of my using Helix, and I, for whatever reason, note to self, back up your sounds. But, the thing is, it had never taken a dump on me. This guy I came back in, and he had restored. I have no idea how in the world he did what he did, but he basically wiped all my settings off the thing and basically did a factory default restore. I was less than happy. I'm still less than happy. Because the concept of getting in somebody's deep editor or getting into the face of a unit and getting far enough in where you're messing up with stuff and you erase all the original sounds, because there will be a prompt saying, you want to store original, and perhaps maybe he was just, I don't really know how you borrow somebody's piece, or somebody lets you use their piece of gear, because I walked out to get some food or something, and he's like, "Hey, can I play through it?" And I'm like, "Sure," and then just wiped all my presets, including the Phil Collin one. But basically, first of all, thank you very much. That was the sound of it would have been probably a JC120 with a chorus, a CE1 chorus, and some compression, imitating the vibe of the rock band that was used on the clean parts. And then it would have been a JCM 800 on the lead part with some delay. And that for me was kind of like one of my favorite moments ever. I'm a huge Def Leppard fan. Phil Collin can sing, unlike myself. He can sing really, really well. And honestly, he's got as good a voice as I've heard with anybody. So it was great. He sang all the Def Leppard songs. Great. I love Joe Elliott, but I was like, holy cow. You kind of really realize how involved Phil must be in the songwriting process. And Paul was playing rhythm guitar. Paul's band was playing. But, those parts are great. What was even stranger was that literally 5 feet to my right, you can't see him in there, but Joe Satriani was sitting in the side stage area. And so, it's one of those moments you're like, keep your composure, keep your head. But my focus needs to be, I'm playing rhythm guitar and co-lead with Phil Collin on one of my favorite songs, Hysteria. Stay calm, do your part, play the role. But I also know the guy with the biggest ears of anybody I ever know is 5 feet away, listening on my side of the stage to every note, because Joe doesn't miss anything. He's got dog ears. For example, speaking of JC120, I've got a JC120 over there. We're in the midst of cleaning out. We had 2 storage units. We're combining them into one because we were spending stupid money paying for storage. But my other JC120 is there. So at some point I'm going to do a double JC rig. But the thing about the JC120, it's got a noise gate in it, which, the funny thing is I was on the phone with Joe. This was decades ago. And he said, yeah, the noise gate in the JC120, just like, he was made a comment about it bothered him hearing the noise gate turn off. And I was like, what noise gate? I didn't say anything. I was just like, So hung up the phone, went into at that point I lived in this musician's house, went in, turned on the JC 120, I played and stopped playing. So I'm like, there is a noise gate. I was like, oh, I can't believe this, right? Just kind of in shock. So he hears things on a level. So the like stay calm, not lose your mind, and just kind of like whatever. So in any case, thanks for the kind words, much appreciated. Yes, he did. Thank you very much. So rest his soul, Mick Brigden, Joe's former manager. I get an email. Do you want to play rhythm guitar and co-lead with Phil Collin? I was like, I mean, it's just kind of like, it's just kind of one of those moments you're like, I can't believe that really was the message I just got, right? I was like, yes. So, that was the gig. And it was, the idea is like, if there are very few bands, I'd be like, if I could, that would be one of them. And so to get a chance to play my favorite Def Leppard song, maybe with the exception of Photograph, with Phil Collin, I was just like, we can mark that box checked. Because, the funny thing is about, being, the people that are super famous, they have super famous problems, right? This sort of normal stuff that we deal with in day-to-day life. They've got a whole other range of problems. Like, it's a whole other existence on top of the normal stuff that we do. Be careful how much you play instant demonetization. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get anything on this, but yes, hopefully not a copyright strike. But yes, Chris, noted. Yeah, they can take all my ad revenue. By the way, Russia's going on tour. Holy cow! Gosh, they didn't say the name of the drummer, but I'm glad to see they're going out. All right. That's true, right? So in any case, but gosh darn it, that was a great idea. I got to fiddle around with that some more. Holy cow. Tony, what's the, I got 1 minute. What's the word on your 15-minute fundamentals, the other courses you started? So in this time I've got, first of all, let me say, first of all, Mike Rand, hello. Great to see you. Look forward to seeing you. Bring some questions next week because I got this crazy new rig. The video will go live next Saturday morning, and then we'll be talking about that. No, thank you. That was so much fun and with great pleasure. Okay, Stan, I love you, my buddy. Great to see you. Hello. Thank you. God bless, my friend. Love you dearly. The new Rockman pedal can get close, really close. Those are my two favorite Def Leppard songs. Hello. Nandini, Russia's on tour. Yes. Okay. I now need to be in my first lesson. So thank you so much. Thank you for making me work, get me on my toes. Have a great Saturday. I'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Until then, have a great one. Thanks again. Bye for now. Okay.